Hey everyone, this is a walkthrough for the You Got Mail room on TryHackMe. Now I'm experimenting a little bit with these videos. What I've done in the past is I do the full machine live on stream, and then I record a shorter version of the walkthrough and post it as a standalone video. What I'm going to show you is the live stream, but I cut it up a little bit so you're not watching like a 4-hour long video of me stumbling around. My hope is that this at least gives you a glimpse into my full methodology. You'll see the mistakes, the failures, and the successes that I get as I work my way through this room. So hey, let me know what you think about this format in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you, but let me move out of the way. I'll turn it over to Tyler from a few weeks ago and enjoy this video. No idea what to expect, but let's go ahead and dive in. So You Got Mail. Test your recon and phishing skills in order to complete your objective. And also, if this isn't obvious from the way I'm presenting this room, I'm going into this blind. No prep ahead of time. I do not know what we are going to encounter. I might do a terrible job, but that's okay. I'm here just to hang out. And also, guys, if you have questions about pen testing, cybersecurity stuff, careers, feel free to ask them in chat. We'd love to hear from you. But let's see what we're encountering in this one. You are a pen tester, which, hey, I am. Thank you. Who has recently been requested to perform a security assessment for Brick. You are permitted to perform active assessments on machine IP, which will have that in 20 seconds, and strictly passive reconnaissance on brownbic.co. So we'll have to add that to our Etsy host, I think. Or is this an actual website? Oh, shoot, it's a real website. Okay. I've never seen a TryHackMe room that gives you a real website for reconnaissance, I don't think. This will be interesting. The scope includes only the domain and IP provided and does not include other TLDs or top-level domains. To begin, start the virtual machine by pressing the Start Machine button, blah, blah. Read the above and start. Okay, cool. So we're looking for a user flag, a password of a user, and the password to access the HMail server administrator dashboard. Well, cool. For those of you in live stream, let me know if you've done this room. I'll check out chat in just a second. Let me just get my notes set up, and then I'll go and see what you guys are saying in chat. I like to use Notion for my notes, and we'll make a new page, and we will call this one You Got Mail, I think is what it's called, here on THM. Make this full width. I also don't think we need to have it that zoomed in. We can go to 100%, I think. And we will go ahead and add our scope detail. So we'll do an H1, we'll say scope details. And let's go ahead and copy some of that information, right? So we have active pen testing allowed on this host right here. All right. Passive, I don't know if I can spell reconnaissance. Clearly I cannot, but that's the beauty of a computer. On this website, brownbic.co. All right. So cool. We'll go ahead and do an H1 for enumeration. And maybe underneath that, we'll make an H2 for 10.10.206.208. And we'll make an H2 for brownbic.co. Like so. All right, let me check out chat. Hello from Colorado, fellow WG alumni. Yo, what up, Night Owl? Good to have you here. Zero Cool said, I'm presenting my thesis on Wednesday in AWS Security. CloudGoat helped me so much, as well as your AWS path on THM. Amazing, dude. Let me know how it goes. What up, NOV4, if I'm saying that right? Good to have you here. Chris said, Tyler, what's a good note-taking software? My wrist hurts from writing. I use Notion. And I just use the free version of Notion. So everything you see me do on stream is completely free. You can do it as well. All right, let me pull myself back over here. And let's go ahead and start looking at this machine. The voucher link in YouTube. Here, let me repost these voucher links. This should go across all the platforms. There's 3 of them. I don't know if they're used yet. But there they are. Whoops, I think I dropped the same one twice. If the voucher link says invalid, it means somebody already grabbed it. Let me grab that other one. Once again, if it says invalid, somebody beat you to it. But okay. I have no idea what we're going to encounter with this room, but it seems like it would be fun to do. And first thing I'm going to do is add this IP to Etsy host so I don't have to remember the IP every single time. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it a little bit better. And we'll do sudo nano Etsy host. We'll drop down to the bottom here. And we'll call this mail.thm. Make sure we can ping it. Okay. Now, we're able to do active reconnaissance on this IP. So since we can do active reconnaissance, we'll go ahead and hit it with Rustscan. 270 just said, all vouchers claim, happy hacking all. Dude, you are amazing. Seriously. Once again, thank you for your generosity. But vouchers have been spoken for. So if you didn't get yours, better luck next time, my friend. But let's do Rustscan-A. We'll hit mail.thm. We'll pass any open ports over to Nmap with the -A flag. It looks like we're dealing with the Windows machine based on the open ports. And we can go ahead and look at our flag submission again. Once we do that, we can take a look at this website and see what exactly is going on here. So we have brick right here. Let's glance around and see what this is. So we have been serving brick since 1950. Serving since 1950. So what we're looking for when we do passive reconnaissance like this, we are looking for emails, which that's just info at example. We're looking for usernames. So if we go to about, do we have anything on about? Nope. Service. Nope. Our team. This is where it might be interesting. Okay, cool. So we have some username enumeration right here. So we know that we have 6 employees, including their usernames, including the username of one of the employees that we're called to get their password information for. Let me go ahead and open up FlameShot, which is the tool I like to use for taking screenshots. And let's grab a screenshot of this. We'll jump over to our notes, and we will say in H3, username enumeration, and drop that in there. Make that much smaller because it doesn't need to be that big. And the reason I like to do H3s and stuff, you'll notice that Notion makes a nice little table of contents on the side here. The other cool thing about Notion is we can make our own table of contents right here, just / or typing table of contents, and we'll be able to see everything that we've done up to this point. Oh, they came in late on the YouTube side. Sorry, y'all. Is what it is. All right, brownbic.co, we have username enumeration, and we can go in and grab all of those users. I think if I just copy this, this might totally mess up the format. Yep, that definitely does mess up the format. But we have them right there, right? I'll try to erase some of this blank space. Whoops. All right, good enough. So we have Omar, Winifred, Laird, Titus, Pontus, and Philema. And if we look over at our questions for this room, we have, what is a password the user roar hit? What's the hint here? As administrator, you can dump the hash creds that reside in memory. Okay, so it seems like we have to compromise the one IP first. Someone beat you to it. So Shad, one of the viewers generously shared 3 codes for free TryHackMe subs, and other people got the subs, that's all. Oh, and you're watching with your kids. Hello, kids. Good to have you guys hanging out. My streams are very PG as well, so I don't cuss, like not even in real life. So if you ever do want to watch my streams with kids, everything I say and do is very much PG. Now, sometimes chat isn't PG, but my streams and videos are all PG. So people of all ages are able to watch my streams. But let's go ahead and see what we are working with on the IP side of things. So we'll go ahead and do our Nmap scan. I'm going to make a code block here in Notion. The way you make a code block is 3 backticks. 1, 2, 3. That's going to make me a code block. And you can see our scan is done. And we can grab some of the main IPs here. These we can kind of ignore. They're standard Microsoft stuff. A lot of these things we can ignore. We know WinRM is open. This we're going to want to know is RDP. We have brick mail right there. So we'll grab these ports right here and drop those in, and we'll quickly glance through these. We of course have SMTP here. Now we'll come into this, but SMTP, you can check username enumeration and even do some brute forcing there. So that might be something interesting for us to confirm that a user exists. Pop through, we have listing on 110. Then we have some SMB stuff right here. We can always check for anonymous shares. Or actually, 143 is IMAP, but 135, 139, 445 are going to be SMB. We have the secure version of SMTP, and we have RDP, or Remote Desktop Protocol, on port 3389. And we know the name of our machine is brick-mail, so it might be worth adding that to our Etsy host if we have any issues. But all good information. We're going to spend a lot of time enumerating these things. But okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to drop this down, if it lets me. I'm also going to remove the link, because when I click that, I don't like it when it does that crap. So let's go like this, edit, remove link. I just wanted the name there. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Wait, why is the link there? I just told you to remove the link, bro. All right, link is removed. Let's begin with our enumeration, and we're just literally going to go through each one of these ports and begin enumerating and seeing what we are able to find. So let me go ahead and drop in H3, and we'll say SMTP on port 25, and we'll begin enumerating SMTP and see what information we are able to find. You should do a day in the life of a pen tester. I'm curious to see what workday looks like. Hey, it's a good idea. Dustin, I will do that. Stay tuned for the near future, and I'll make a day in the life of a pen tester. It's probably not as exciting as you think. It's me in my basement here eating way too many Girl Scout cookies as I attempt to hack stuff, but I tried, but never worked for me for some reason. I have no idea, Shad. Try opening incognito mode. That might help. Thank you, Ghost. Appreciate the kind words. All right, let's do some SMTP enumeration. Now, if you don't know how to do that, and I always forget the syntax, what we're going to do, and also, did I miss anything else on this page? Let me look at this page again. Okay, I'm pretty sure the only enumeration we need is from the website there. If we go to book.hacktricks.wiki, and if we go to, I think it might be pen testing methodology. No, here's what I want. On the side here, we can see each one of these ports. We want to pen test SMTP. And this gives us a little bit of information that we are able to do. If you have the opportunity to make a victim send you an email, which we do not, we can do some banner grabbing information, but we've already kind of done that with Rustscan, which let's go ahead and grab this information right here and drop it into our notes right here, just so we have easy access to it as we're looking at SMTP. All right, enumeration, blah, blah. We already know the commands we're able to use. Internal server name. All right, let's just go ahead and connect to SMTP. The way we do that is netcat mail.thm and then just pass it port 25. And then I think it's hello. Okay, I have to look up the syntax on once we get connected. We can try some auth brute force. Or is it telnet? It's telnet that I need to do, not netcat. Let's try that. Okay. All right, then it's hello. I was right on that part. Invalid domain address. Okay, verify is not allowed. What commands are allowed? We have auth login. So we could do some password spraying. We have help, data, hello, mail. I think we can do username enumeration with recipient as well. I think. Can we do XPN? Let's see. We cannot do that. I think verify works though. Yeah. Hello X well, it says we can do verify, doesn't it? Oh no, I'm thinking recipient. No, we have verify right there, but apparently we can't actually do verify. Must have a sender first. Well, let's see what it's like to brute force it. Let's try to brute force SMTP with that. We have those multiple emails that we could get in with. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. If we make a better username list, so I'm just going to go like this. Into that. We'll just copy each one of these usernames. Although we don't need roar hit because we know it's going to ask for his password. In order to get that dude's password, I think we need to get post compromised on the machine. So we'll just grab these other emails real quick. I'm guessing one of these other emails might be our initial way in, but we'll find out. So, geez, I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to exit. I don't know how to exit. Okay. We'll just open a new tab, YOLO. CD over to TryHackMe. Make a directory for mail. CD to mail. Nano. Users.txt. Paste it in. Make sure it went in, and it did. And now let's see. With Hydra, we can pass it, I think, a list of usernames with -L. I'm quite certain. So let's try this. Hydra-L users.text-p user share users wordless rocku.text, and then it's our IP mail.thm SMTP-v. And I don't even know if this is the way in, but it's at least worth trying, I think. Although this is going to take a long time, I think. Unless, I have a few ideas. So one thing we could do is try to make a custom password list based on that website. That website is brownbic.co. And we can do that with cool HTTPS brownbic.co. Now what cool does is it's just like a spider. A web spider. It goes out to the website and pulls down every single word that is on the website. So we can try cool against it, and we can output that to custom passwords.txt. And that's cool. It couldn't hit the website. Is it just HTTP? Let's find out. Is it brown brick maybe? Oh, it's brownbrick.co. Not Bic. All right, so now we have all these words from the website, and we could try to do username spraying with those, is what I'm thinking. So if we go back to our SMTP or our Hydra command here, and just change our word list to our custom passwords. Okay, where we want to skip waiting, so do -I to skip waiting. And maybe that will be a little bit quicker for us. I also don't know when I'm doing password spraying with SMTP, if I need to include the full @brownbrick.co, or if I should just be doing the first name. So if this doesn't work, we're going to take off the @brownbrick.co, and we'll try it with just the first name. Cool. We're doing HTTPS, brown brick. Oh, there's no dash there. Let's try that. Ah, there we go. We have a valid user. Nice. So I was doing everything right. The only thing I missed is I didn't do all lowercase. My bad. Actually, I was doing it right. I just didn't use the lowercase flag with cool. Lol. Lame. All right, let's go ahead and grab the syntax for that just so we have it for our notes. Here, we can stop that attack. So this is what we needed to do. And then when we used Hydra, we did this. And then we got, of course, our valid user right there. So now what we're going to do is make another H3. And we'll call this post compromise since we have some creds now. Right there. And drop this down a little bit. And let's see if we have any type of access to this machine with something like Remina. I saw that RDP was open. We might be able to, if we're lucky, get access as this user with the password bricks. All right. We are not lucky. What we can do, though, is we'll change this to terminal. We can use netcrackexec for SMB, or netexec rather for SMB, and we can say mail.thm. Our username is this user. Whoops. If I can open up the right note thing. This user right there. -P is bricks, and we can check for shares. Okay. What if we do, it's a brown brick, is that the name of it? brownbrick.co. All this is going to try to use that may not work. Let's just try SMB client. mail.thm-u is this user. Was it brick or bricks? You know what? I may have done brick for her username here. Bricks. Oh, okay. I always forget the slash, like the direction it should be in. Still nothing. Let's go ahead and read her email. That would be the next step. And I think there's an email client called Evolution. Can we just install it? Boom. I bet if we look at her email, we'll be able to find something interesting. We'll just say like installing evolution. Like so. And then when we open it up, we can actually come on. Guess we have to update. Shouldn't take too long because I updated recently. Let's give this a shot now. Yeah, they can take a while, but I just recently updated, so I knew it wasn't going to take too long. And I think we pushed past the point we were stuck at. Oh, I've never used mud. I've only used evolution. And I've never used evolution for real purposes, only on CTFs. I just grab evolution and I at least know the GUI and stuff for evolution. I'm familiar with it. Give it a second to download and yeah, you shut your mouth. We don't care. Open up evolution. All right, we'll go next. Our identity. We're gonna grab the information that we just got on this user. So this is gonna be our identity. Our account. Grab our IP. Oops. Our username is this user right here. Oh, I thought I had the IP saved still. Let's go ahead and grab the IP again. Copy selection and keep getting this set up. Cross our fingers that we receive some emails. Come on. Come on, emails, come through. I believe in you. It usually doesn't take this long. I may be configured something incorrectly. Let me double check my ports. Oh, I did pop 3. I need to do 143 for the port. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And the password is, of course, bricks. We have it connected, but there are no messages. Maybe we have to send like a phishing email to get them to click like a .link, potentially, is what I'm thinking. Let me add that to my notes. And so this really isn't post compromise. This will be compromising account. We'll drop a screenshot after we have it configured. And we will say, we have no messages. I am thinking we need to actually send phishing emails with .links or some other file type to steal hashes with responder, possibly. So here's what I'm thinking. We need to send a reverse shell. Or not a reverse shell, well, possibly a reverse shell. We could try it easy first and just like try sending a .exe and yellowing it and see if a .exe works. I don't know what things are in place. I mean, the real world, you don't want to just send .exes as a phishing email, but knowing it's a CTF, I always like to remember the KISS principle, or keep it simple, stupid, right? We'll try first at the .exe. And if that doesn't work, we'll go beyond that and try to do like a .link or some other malicious files to get the phishing email to go through. So let's first generate a .exe with MSF Venom, which I always forget the syntax for. I used to actually have it memorized back when I was doing the OSCP, but that was 2 years ago. But I had all of, that's cool. I had all of them memorized back then. Do they not have it on here anymore? Let's find out. I like how the search button only works occasionally. There we go. Do they not have an MSF Venom cheat sheet on there anymore? Oh, here we go. Okay, now for those of you who are new, what MSF Venom does is it can create payloads of various architecture and various platforms. And it's just a super easy way to create a reverse shell for Windows. And you actually see the syntax right here. I'm going to copy that, jump over to my terminal and paste it in. We don't want it to call it reverse.exe. Let's call it update.exe. Make it a little more legit. Our L port will do 1337 because that's what a real hacker would use. And our L host is just RIP. So if you're following along on your machine, your IP is going to be different than mine. It's whatever IP you're assigned on the TryHackMe VPN. Mine is 10.13.46.224. And all of that looks good to me. We will hit enter and it will create that malicious.exe for us. Now, the reason I'm using .exe is we know based on the ports that are open that we are targeting likely a Windows host here. All right, you got mail. Hey, we have our exe. If we do ls, we have our exe right there. Now, let's just go like this. Let's open up a new tab. We'll call this our shell, just believing by faith that we're going to have a shell, and we're going to start up a netcat listener on port 1337 because remember that is our listening port right here. So if our victim runs update.exe, it will connect back to us. Now let's just go ahead and try to send an email, which I'm trying to remember how to do that here in Evolution. Right click there. Send and receive. No, new. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Let's send an email to each one of them. So if we go back over to the website here, we have all these emails. So I'm literally just going to copy these emails. All right. So we got that person. I don't know the syntax here in Evolution, so hopefully I'm doing it right. Do I have to enter first? No? Okay. Can I just comma it out? I'm going to send one to myself as well to make sure it goes through. All right, we'll grab this person. Grab that person. All right. Urgent. Update. Update now. Hello. It has come to our attention that our document software is vulnerable, has a severe vulnerability being actively exploited in the wild. Please run the attached updater to update your software. There. There's my phishing email. And I suppose you should probably add an attachment. So let's go to home, TryHackMe, you got mail, update.exe, and attach that on there. Now, can I make this a little bit bigger? I want to grab a screenshot for my notes on what we're doing with this first attempt. So let me go ahead and open up Flameshot. Grab this. All right, there is our phishing email. All right, we'll have to figure out this connection refuse thing real quick. Let me go over to my notes and we'll at least drop that there. There we go. What are we doing today? Hey, Shazin, we are working on the new You Got Mail machine on TryHackMe. I haven't done it, so we're just going to it blind, seeing if we can figure it out. This is the second stream of working through the machine, but that's the phishing email we are trying to send. Let's see what's going on. All right, I see a few questions. I'll come back to your guys' questions in a second. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on here. Cannot connect to that IP. What IP do I need right now? Do I have the wrong IP? 10.10.227.141, right? Okay. Let's check our connection settings real quick. All right, what ports are even open? I don't remember. Let's see. I bet it's just a port issue, possibly. What are we looking for? So SMTP port. Port 25 or 587. Let's try 25. And we do not need to use TLS, and we will click OK. All right, let's go back to our urgent now and click send. SMTP authentication is required to Aurelius. Okay, well, let's grab this just for my notes so I don't have to retype that. It probably doesn't even matter what you type. And I think there's some things I need to fix on here. So let me just make a code block here and drop in our message right there. And now let's go ahead and fix some things. If I go over to this, all right, send. Okay. Properties, sending email, server requires authentication. Here's what I think I need to do. So authentication, we'll do login, I think. And I think my username is going to be the user that I compromised, which is this person right here. So you're going to prompt me for credentials. Maybe when I click send it will prompt for credentials. Okay, there we go. And our password is bricks. That's right. If I can open the right thing. Bricks. Okay. Hey, we got the message sent successfully. And you can see the message came through on my end. Don't know if that's actually going to work, but we successfully sent the email. And let's just add a section here. Sending the email. We had to update the SMTP port. We had to specify authentication for SMTP. Then we sent it to all the emails we discovered on the public website. And it looks like it came through. I mean, there it is on my end. And we can actually look at the email. So beautiful. And then it attached it. All right, let me look at chat. Oh! Oh, shoot. Did I do a Metasploit shell? I did an interpreter shell. Okay, that's not going to work. We have to use Metasploit to catch that shell. I don't know if I have to resend the email, but it actually works. So someone ran the .exe. All right, I'll eventually get to your guys' questions. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get these things set up. It's hard for me to focus on more than one thing at once. All right, and I think it's multi-handler. Use 7. 10.13.46.224. Set L port 1337. Set payload. To this guy right here. Like I was saying, when it comes to doing a CTF, you don't know exactly what the back end kind of bot is looking to click. So sometimes after you get to work once, when you didn't have everything prepared, you have to kind of play around with it. So let me go ahead and do a reply to all. And I'm just going to grab all these emails. And we're going to do a new email. We'll put them all in and we'll say update now. Sorry for the second email. Try this one. It should work. And we will go ahead and add an attachment. Update 2.exe. And we will click send. And now hopefully this one will snag somebody on the other end of the line. Main 2 is VirtualBox and VMware. Yeah, so I use VirtualBox. Here's what I've noticed. Now this is very much non-scientific, just my experience. VMware Workstation works better on Windows. VirtualBox works better on Linux. So like for me as an example, I use Ubuntu as my primary OS. And with Ubuntu, I've noticed VirtualBox just runs a little bit smoother. It's less buggy and less issues. But back when I was in the dark days of using Windows, I noticed that VMware Workstation work better. So if you use Windows, maybe check out VMware Workstation. They now have it's free now. And if you run Linux as your primary OS, consider VirtualBox. I've never used QEMU. I don't even know how to say that. QEMU? I've seen other people use it. I've just never used it. Hey, look at that. We have a shell. So we have a shell as this person right there. Let's go ahead and grab that for our notes. And now we can do a section here. And we'll call it Post-exploitation. And we have our shell. I'm just going to drop that into a code block. And we have a shell as row hit, whoever that is. And with this, we can do different things. First, let's just drop into a shell and see and manually enumerate some things. So we can do dir here. We have, of course, our update.exe. So this is actually what was downloading it. I'm curious what that looks like. So this is just grabbing it and running the .exe, or this is something else. Get the attachment, filter for .exe. So you had to send it .exe, I see. It would have been cool if it was something else like .link to leak a hash, but I understand. It's just a CTF machine. We have this user that we compromised. Do we have access to the user flag? Let's find out. Okay, I'm not going to show you guys the user flag though. I showed you everything to get to that point. And that is how you get the flag. So once you have access to that user, you do have access to the user flag. I'm going to go drop that flag in real quick so that I get credit for it. All right, drop the flag in. And let me clear my screen. Actually, I can't do it from here. Let me just enter a bunch of times. All right, there we go. It's still entering. Eventually it will stop, I think. There we go. Let's see what privileges we have on this machine. Are we an administrator? It would appear so. So we are an administrator on the machine already. Okay. If we look at the next question, which hopefully I don't reveal the flag. What is the password? And then so now we're just hunting for passwords. So we need to get the password for this user. I think actually we can do that with Metasploit. I just don't remember the command for it. So let's do a little bit of research real quick on Metasploit credential gathering. Hash dump. Thank you, Neverwhere. That's what I'm thinking of. And that allows us to dump the hashes for the user. Now we could try to crack that. Otherwise, I think we can actually dump credentials, can't we? Let's check this out. Yeah, there's a few different things I think we could do this. So, is it just a Noom Cred store? Here, let's go through this. I don't use Metasploit often for stuff like this. Compromise system, Firefox creds. I didn't know that was built into it. That's pretty cool as well. Oh, there's really not a whole lot there. Okay, maybe there's not a whole lot we can do there. Keylog. What's the hint? I bet we need to actually dump the credentials themselves. As administrator, you can dump that. Oh, the hash creds that reside in memory. Okay, so maybe it is just hash dump. I think I can copy this whole thing. And it looks like we cracked it already. It is superstar. So let's add this information to our note. So first we ran hash dump. All right, and then we can say running hash dump to get the user's hash. All right, we have that information right there. And then we crack the hash successfully with hash dump, or with hash crack rather. Or hash cat. Geez, I cannot talk. So we'll just drop this information in there and we'll grab the cracked hash right there. So we know his password is superstar. And we will hit submit. Whoop, whoop, your answer is correct. Beautiful. What is a password to access the HMail server administrator dashboard? HMail server's passwords in MD5. Well, first we need to figure out where it stores its passwords at. We can do some manual enumeration, and if I don't find it, we'll do some Googling. Let's drop into a shell. And if we cd over to, guess what's in mail? What's in this mail directory? Just attachments, okay. cd here, if we cd over to program files and do dir, I am not seeing, I don't know what amps is. Okay, that's not what we need. All right, let's try this one. Program files x86. Dir here, I see HMail server right there. And here in HMail server, we have a database. That's going to be my guess on where we might be able to find some credentials. All right, let's just read this. I don't know what that is. Okay. You don't want to do that. Contains compact relational database saved in the SQL Server compact format, which is developed by Microsoft. So we can potentially transfer that to our machine and then read it that way. But let me see what else we have in here. So we have data as well. Maybe there's something there. dir brownbrick.co dir. And then we just have all of our users, so that's not going to be helpful. I have a feeling we have to transfer that database file. cd to PHP web admin. Actually, maybe that's where the credentials might be stored. PHP web admin. Maybe there's like a configuration file. I'm going to quickly glance through these. Config distribution.php. Maybe that file would be helpful for us. Let's try it. Okay, nope, not helpful. hmaccount.php, I don't know. All right, well, instead of just poking around in the darkness, let's do a little bit of research into this. So if we jump back over to this, where does this store its credentials at, right? HMail server administrator dashboard credentials. Hey, peace out, Jose. Good to have you hanging out here. Have a good night, my friend. Okay, in HMail server, the administrative dashboard credentials are stored as a hash password value within the HMail server and configuration file, specifically under the administrative password setting. Okay, cool. Where's that file at? So we're looking for an HMail server.ini configuration file. I don't think I saw that. Am I in a VM? I am on a VM. Hey, look at that right there. Oh, wait. Am I cracking the wrong hash, guys? Look, there's an administrator password and this password for the MS SQL. I bet I was doing the wrong hash. Look at that. That's all it was. Whoops. I bet that's all it was. Let's see if I'm right. I knew it was something silly like that. Correct. It's password. Oh my goodness. We'll type in password and boom. Congratulations, we have completed You Got Mail. That was actually a really fun room. I think the difficulty is maybe more on the easy side of things. I didn't find it overly difficult. There's no point of time that I was stuck. The only thing I got stuck with is the fact that I was trying to crack the wrong hash for a little bit there, but that's the joy of trying to solve things live. So hey, hopefully you learned something in the process as we were working through that room. I will create a standalone walkthrough video for this room and throw it up on YouTube. And what I've been experimenting with doing is splicing my live stream attempts and like doing some minor editing to them and making those the walkthrough videos so people still get the full thought process. So if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, thank you for hanging out. Let me know what you think of this new format of me showing you my live attempt, but editing out some of the random stumbling around. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.